Ever own a CD you listened to so much it practically disintegrated in your CD player? We all have. Let's take a trip down memory lane, back to the 90s and early 2000s, when the CD craze was in full swing. This was a time when cassettes and records were being rapidly replaced by shiny compact discs. Remember the thrill of opening a brand new CD, the gleam of the disc catching the light, the crisp booklet of lyrics waiting to be poured over? And then came the digital music revolution, transforming the way we consume music and relegating CDs to the back shelves of our closets, or worse, the trash bin. Now we live in a world where the music we love resides in the cloud, accessible at the tap of a screen. But what if those CDs you tossed out were actually worth a fortune today? Starting the countdown at number 7, we have Taylor Swift's Teardrops on My Guitar. This single from her debut album was a pivotal point in her career, propelling her into the limelight and setting her on the path to becoming the global superstar she is today. Taylor Swift, the Pennsylvania-born songstress, took the world by storm with her heartfelt lyrics and catchy melodies. Her self-titled debut album was a commercial success, and Teardrops on My Guitar was one of the standout tracks. The song struck a chord with many, and it remains a fan favorite to this day. This CD single is quite the rarity, and its value has only increased over time. Why, you may ask? Well, it was one of the first physical releases of Swift's music and was produced in limited quantities. As her popularity exploded, the demand for these CDs soared, making them a hot commodity among collectors. What makes it even more valuable is the fact that it was released before Swift's shift to pop music. This CD is a snapshot of her early country roots, which many fans and collectors find particularly appealing. So if you have this CD lying around somewhere, it might be time to dust it off. It's not just a piece of music history, but a potentially valuable collector's item too. That's quite the music to any collector's ears, wouldn't you agree? At number 6, we have Bob Dylan's 50th anniversary collection. Now let's rewind a bit. Picture this. The year is 1962. A young, scruffy troubadour named Bob Dylan steps onto the music scene, and the world is never the same again. His poetic lyrics, soulful voice, and revolutionary spirit resonated with the zeitgeist of the era, making him an icon of counterculture. Fast forward to the present day, Dylan's music hasn't lost an iota of its charm. He's a timeless artist, and his 50th anniversary collection is a testament to that. This collection is more than just a compilation of songs. It's a sonic journey through 5 decades of musical evolution, showcasing the genius of Dylan in all his glory. But here's the twist. This collection was a limited release. That's right, folks, only a handful of copies were made, and they were distributed in select European countries. This scarcity has turned the collection into a coveted treasure among collectors. It's like holding a piece of music history in your hands. Imagine owning the musical legacy of one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. So, if you're lucky enough to stumble upon one of these rare gems, hold on to it. It's not just a CD, it's a golden ticket to the rich tapestry of Bob Dylan's illustrious career. A real treasure for any Dylan fan. Are you enjoying this nostalgic countdown, folks? If you're loving this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more fun and insightful content. We've got loads more where this came from. And hey, why not join the conversation? We'd love to hear about your own CD collection. Do you have any rare gems tucked away, any CDs that hold a special place in your heart? Drop a comment below and let us know. We love hearing from our viewers. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's get back to the countdown. Rolling in at number 5, we have the Rolling Stones' Steel Wheels Japan Tour 1990. Now, if you're a fan of rock and roll, the name Rolling Stones needs no introduction. With a career spanning 6 decades, this iconic British band has been the soundtrack to countless lives. From Paint It Black to Angie, their hits are almost as legendary as the band members themselves. Now let's talk about the Steel Wheels Japan Tour 1990. This wasn't just any tour, my friends. This was the Rolling Stones' first ever tour of Japan, a country where they'd previously been banned due to prior legal issues. So you can imagine the anticipation and excitement that surrounded these concerts. And boy, did the Stones deliver. The CD in question is a unique recording of one of their electrifying performances during this tour. It captures the raw energy and legendary talent of the band, making it a must-have for any serious Stones fan. But what makes it even more special is its exclusivity. This CD was a limited release, making it a rare find today. So if you ever come across a copy of the Steel Wheels Japan Tour 1990 CD, hold on to it tight. It's not just a piece of music history, it's a snapshot of a moment when the Rolling Stones finally rocked Japan. A true gem for any Rolling Stones enthusiast. At number 4, we have Eminem's Slim Shady EP. This compact disc, released in 1997, was a key stepping stone in the rise of one of the most influential rappers of our time, Marshall Mathers, better known as Eminem. Before he was the world-renowned superstar, Eminem was just a struggling rapper from Detroit, Michigan. Slim Shady EP was the project that helped him break out of the local scene and catch the attention of Dr. Dre, the legendary rapper and producer. This EP was the world's first introduction to Eminem's alter ego, Slim Shady, a character who would become a mainstay in his music and persona. The Slim Shady EP is packed with raw energy, biting humor, and the lyrical genius that would become Eminem's trademark. It includes songs like Just Don't Give a, No One's Iller, and Murder Murder, all of which gave a glimpse into the unique style that Eminem would perfect in his later works. What makes this CD a true gem for collectors, though, is its rarity. The Slim Shady EP was initially released in limited quantities, and original copies have become quite hard to come by. So if you happen to come across this CD in a thrift store or a garage sale, don't hesitate to pick it up. You just might be holding on to a piece of hip-hop history, a golden ticket for any Eminem fan. At number 3, we have Nirvana's Pennyroyal Tea. This single, off their chart-topping album In Utero, is a significant piece of grunge history. Nirvana, led by the legendary Kurt Cobain, was the poster child for the grunge movement of the early 90s. Their raw, unfiltered sound resonated with an entire generation, and Pennyroyal Tea was a prime example of this. The song's haunting melody and deeply personal lyrics are emblematic of Cobain's songwriting style. It's a raw and unfiltered look into the troubled mind of one of rock's most iconic figures. This CD single is particularly valuable due to the tragic circumstances surrounding its release. The Pennyroyal Tea single was set to hit the shelves in April of 1994. However, the release was abruptly canceled following Cobain's untimely death. This resulted in only a few promotional copies being circulated, making this CD extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. The scarcity of this item, coupled with the enduring legacy of Nirvana and the deep affection held for them by fans worldwide, has driven its value up significantly over the years. It's not just a piece of music, it's a piece of history, a tangible connection to a time, a place, and a band that left an indelible mark on the music scene. A real treasure for any Nirvana fan. Coming in at number 2, we have Coldplay's The Safety EP. Now, this is no ordinary album, it's the very first whisper of the band's budding genius, a gem that predates their mainstream debut. Created way back in 1998, this EP was Coldplay's initial greeting to the world, a prelude to the meteoric rise that was to follow. Now let's talk about the limited release of this CD. Only 500 copies of the Safety EP were ever produced. Imagine that, 500 copies for a band that would go on to fill stadiums worldwide. This scarcity, combined with the raw, unpolished charm of the songs, is what makes it highly sought after today. The EP features 3 tracks, 2 of which, Bigger, Stronger, and No More Keeping My Feet on the Ground, would later appear on their Brothers and Sisters EP, giving fans a fascinating glimpse into the band's musical evolution. What's interesting about the Safety EP is that it wasn't meant for public consumption. It was initially created as a demo for record companies and industry insiders. This explains the raw and unfiltered sound that's vastly different from their polished studio albums. So if you're a Coldplay fan or a lover of music history, the Safety EP is a treasure worth seeking. It's a snapshot of a band on the cusp of greatness, a rare piece of music history, a must-have for any Coldplay fan. And the most valuable CD you might have thrown out is Coden II for PlayStation. Now we're stepping into the realm of gaming. Coden 2, part of the iconic Coden series, is a gem in the PlayStation era. This role-playing game, released in the late 90s, was a masterstroke of storytelling and gameplay. The series is renowned for its complex narratives, intricate character development, and innovative battle mechanics. But why is Coden 2 so sought after? Well, it's all about rarity. The initial release didn't sell well, leading to a limited production run. This scarcity, coupled with the game's cult status among RPG fans, has driven its value through the roof. So if you're rummaging around in your old game collection and stumble upon this PlayStation classic, know that you've hit the jackpot. Coden II is a treasure among gaming enthusiasts, a testament to the golden age of role-playing games, and undoubtedly a real jackpot for any gaming enthusiast. There you have it, 7 CDs you probably owned and threw out, now worth a pretty penny. Each of these items, once commonplace and perhaps taken for granted, can now be a gold mine if found in mint condition. So let this be an invitation to dust off your old collections and see what's hiding in there. You might just be sitting on a fortune. So before you decide to toss out that old box of CDs, take a closer look. You never know what treasures you might find. All right, folks, that's it for our countdown, but don't fret, we've got plenty more fun financial insights coming your way. If you're enjoying our content and want to stay updated, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we're curious, do you have any CDs from your own collection that could be worth something? Drop us a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Remember, your old CD collection could be a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check your old CD collections. You might just strike gold.